this year, as we mark the 30th anniversary of the Concord Coalition, we have chosen two deserving members of the United States Senate to receive our Economic Patriot Award. They are Senator Mitt Romney, Republican of Utah, and Senator Joe Manchin, Democrat of West Virginia. Unlike very many of their colleagues, Senators Manchin and Romney are not content with what Bob Kerrey calls the do-nothing plan. They're not content with things, with not doing anything to address our current fiscal challenges, and that's exemplified by their bipartisan support of the Trust Act, which is a piece of legislation that seeks to put our major trust funds on a sound fiscal footing and also improve the long-term budget outlook. Senators Romney and Manchin join us from their offices on Capitol Hill.
Greetings from Washington. I'm grateful for the work you do to educate the public on the real fiscal crisis we're facing in our country. It's an honor to receive the Concord Coalition Economic Patriot Award, especially alongside my good friend, Senator Joe Manchin. Look, our growing national debt is on track to become catastrophic. History has shown that every major civilization that goes down the path of excessive borrowing ends up with economic and fiscal collapse. As Washington's spending problem continues to spiral out of control, the work being done by groups like yours is actually critical to helping get people across the country to recognize we need to change course. We've got to use whatever tools we have to educate the public, to advocate, and to push lawmakers to act. Now, many of you know that Senator Manchin and I introduced the Trust Act. It's calling for bipartisan and bicameral legislation to create a process to rescue the Social Security Trust Fund and other endangered federal trust funds, while at the same time reining in our national debt. We believe our plan is a common sense solution to save programs like Medicare and Social Security, while at the same time to address the alarming debt problem that we have. Now, momentum on the Trust Act has been building for some time on both sides of the aisle. I'm happy we have people on both sides that have signed up as sponsors. I'm pretty optimistic that if we collaborate with groups like yours, we can work towards getting the entire country to recognize the importance of making these changes. So thank you again for your recognition, and especially for your promotion of fiscal responsibility, which is not very readily observable in Washington. So thanks again for all that you do, and have a great day.
Hello, I'm United States Senator Joe Manchin, and I am so glad to be joining you all virtually today. And I'm honored to accept the 2022 Economic Patriot Award from the Concord Coalition. And congratulations to my dear friend, Senator Mitt Romney, for also receiving this important distinction. The Concord Coalition is a leading nonpartisan voice for fiscal responsibility, which has always been very important to me. As a country, we are facing record inflation, increasing energy costs, and a massive federal debt. And the work of the Concord Coalition is more critical than ever. And this year, the Coalition celebrates 30 years of fighting for a responsible fiscal future. For the sake of the country we all love, we must commit to solving the serious economic problems facing our nation in a bipartisan, lasting way. That's why I always reach across the aisle to find compromises that focuses on the many issues that we face, not the D or the R next to someone's name. We have had great opportunities in this Congress to pass meaningful bipartisan legislation, including the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, Postal Service Reform, and the CHIPS and Science Act. And I am proud to have supported all these bills through the finish line. I will continue to work with my colleagues to find common sense compromises that address the needs of our nation. I have always been a longtime supporter of the Trust Act, a bipartisan effort to rescue federal trust funds and rein in the national debt. This legislation provides a vehicle to address the key structural issues behind the national debt and allows Congress to put our major federal programs on a stronger footing. Future generations of Americans should not be burdened by our poor financial decisions today, and it is past time that we got our fiscal house in order. I'm grateful to the Concord Coalition for their tireless efforts to build a sound fiscal future, and I will continue supporting their work in any way that I can. So congratulations again to my fellow award winner, Senator Mitt Romney, and a special thank you to the Concord Coalition for presenting me with the Economic Patriot Award also. By working together, we can continue to find common sense, bipartisan solutions that lead to a long-term economic success. Please accept my heartfelt thanks for this incredible honor. So thank you again, and God bless.